What if Bigfoot, cryptids, ghosts, etc. are just gatekeepers to the old world? Now hear me out. Is it possible that everything that seems big and scary, especially out in the forest, is actually a gatekeeper or a firewall? Could the mountains be the ancient data centers of times past? If so, that means that these things aren't creatures. They're not encounters. These are actually guardians. This is a little theory I call the Sentinel theory. What if the old program to the old world is active here in the mountains and in the forests, and we're still able to tap into it if we get too close? After all, that's why they call it the forest, which breaks down to for rest. So if you get too close to this place, or you get too close to the possible old programming, the sentinels come out, and they begin to push you back to the safe zones, away from the original programming, back into the new Matrix style programming. Most people would run and scream, just freak out and take off running. But what if it's not actually that scary? Let's think about this real quick. Ghosts pop in, go out, kind of like a glitch in the Matrix. Bigfoot, tracks lead to somewhere and all of a sudden just vanish. Mothman pops up for like 3-4 years, takes off, never seen again. And then we can get into the idea of all these man-made creations, possibly, like the rake, even the Wendigo. How many people have actually seen the Wendigo or have actually come into an encounter with this thing? So it could just be like the signs out in front of Area 51 to stop you from getting too close, especially at nighttime. And maybe nighttime is when the real programming comes out to play. After all, I sat in the woods and watched it come alive. So if that's possible, think about that. What if you encounter the most peace and rest possible during these times in the programming? It kind of goes along with the old theory that the bells were taken down because they were healing devices. So in order to keep you from healing, rejuvenating, coming into some form of peace, they push you out of the woods by using scary creatures and stories. This would also account for why the neighbor child was carried off by the lady in white and put back in his place. He was getting too close to reaching outside of the program, and it was her job to put him back in to where he needed to be. And here's another thought. In these Appalachian Mountains here in the Smokies, we have a very big tourist trap where people come all the time because they say that when they get here, they feel closer to God, or that they find peace and rest in the mountains. I know I used to. When I lived in Florida and used to come here twice a year on vacation, I would almost cry when I had to leave this place. It always just felt like home, like there was something more to it. So tell me, do you think the next time you get close to the woods, you get a little too close to the programming, do you think it's possible the sentinels might come out and push you back? Does this theory carry weight, or am I off my rocker? Tell me in the comments.